Hey guys, Ken Scott, Senior, U.S. Immigration Law Intelligence Analyst with US Entry Waiver Services.com, and we resolve all of your USA border crossing issues. So today, I think is July 7th, 2023, and I wanted to put out a quick video. Sorry, guys. There's a bit of, well, I shouldn't say a bit. There's a lot of misinformation being put out there on these topics, and just you guys need to be aware of what the true facts are in these situations. A lot of these lawyers and these discount waiver companies are doing whatever they can to take your money and telling you what you want to hear to get you to sign up. As you guys are well aware, we do not do that. They pass out a lot of wrong information, false statements, and things along those lines. So let's get right into it. So the first thing here, I made some notes here on paper. Let's get ready for this one. The big question is, how long does a U.S. entry waiver last once you receive it? Now, how long does a U.S. entry waiver last? Well, the thing is, guys, these waivers are issued by the ARO, which is the Admissibility Review Office. And as you guys are well aware, the ARO is part of CBP, which is Customs and Border Protection. Me being a former federal officer and former law enforcement officer combined, we used to enforce a lot of these laws in the past. So I'll come back to that topic, what I just said. But to answer that question, how long does a waiver last? Guys, the waivers, and this is written in stone, the waivers are issued for 6 months to 5 years. Let me say it again, 6 months to 5 years. Now, the thing is, in our experience, based upon having previously enforced these laws, like I've said, and being in this business, they do tend to be in the 1 to 5 year range, but technically they are 6 months to 5 years. A lot of the discount waiver companies, even lawyers, they don't understand this concept. So, and this stuff is all in the regulation, guys. It's all in the statutes, regulations, yada, yada. I mean, it's like common sense 101. So anyway, having said that, so again, it is 6 months to 5 years. Don't believe this bullshit with these lawyers and these waiver companies telling you it's 1 to 5. It's not. It's 6 months to 5 years. But the thing is, again, generally it's 1 to 5. What we've seen here is the 6 month ones are normally stuff like some drug trafficking cases, maybe some sex crimes like the child molestation, child sex acts, that kind of stuff. Because think about it logically. If you have a conviction for something along those lines, or you've admitted to something along those lines, which is a totally different topic we'll get into in another video, the border or CBP, you're kind of like a short leash, so to speak. They want to keep a close eye on you to make sure you're not going to engage in such behavior again. So a lot of times those offenses, not every time, obviously, it's always case by case, but a lot of times they will give the short a waiver, especially for the sex crimes and some of the trafficking, some of it isn't. It's all over the map. So again, 6 months to 5 years, people. But for the most part, they tend to be 1 to 5, but it's not a guarantee, just to let you guys know. So the bullshit these lawyers and discount waiver companies putting out, don't buy off into it. 6 months to 5 years, and that you can write in stone. Let me take another swig here. So basically with us at our location or our organization, we get people asking how long can I get for a waiver? And I tell them the waivers range from 6 months to 5 years. But what we do say is we will ask CBP to see if they're willing to give you the 5 years. Now, you're going to be falsely told by discount waiver companies and lawyers that you cannot ask for a longer period of time. That's straight bullshit. You can ask. The thing is, those places I just mentioned, they don't know how to do that. They don't know how to ask. So that's why they state that you cannot ask. It's bullshit. You can ask. But you have to know how to do it and how to present it. That's the key. And that fact, they don't know how to do. And we're getting a lot of feedback from the field that a lot of these places, they really don't know what the hell they're doing. I mean, it's great for us, but it's bad for you guys. So you guys come to the right channel. You guys get the straight information, straight dope. We'll get you sorted out quite proper. Yes, you can ask for a longer period, 6 months to 5 years. What some CBP officers are doing, though, even though Canadians are visa exempt, they're telling some Canadians to apply for a visa. And if you get approved for this visa, then you actually, well, the B1, B2 visa is what I mean, the visitor visa, then that visa is actually 10 years. So if you're one of these Canadians and you apply for this US visa, even though you're exempt, and you get approved for this visa along with the waiver, technically you're at 10 years, believe it or not. Um, I don't agree with Canadians applying for visitor visas since you're visa exempt, because on that visa application, they ask a lot more questions than they do in the waiver application. So we'll come back to that topic on another video. But some of these CBP officers are telling some people to apply for these visas. Oh, wait a minute, guys. This is something for tomorrow. Yes, please do. Yeah, guys, I'm going to be a guest speaker tomorrow um, on a certain platform. And once that's done, then okay, perfect. Once that's done, guys, then we can play the clip for you guys to hear. It's a very, very large platform, and it's not the first time I've been asked to be a guest speaker, like the time at Ashton College. Anyway, get back to okay, I have to get back to that in a moment here. To get back to what I was talking about here. So another question is, when do when once your waiver expires, when do you start the next one? And guys, don't let the word renewal is it's a bit of a misnomer. It's technically it's a reapplication, but I mean you could say potato, yada yada. Technically, it's a reapplication. The thing is, we don't like the word renewal because a lot of people they say, "Oh, it's renewal, just slap it together." That's straight bullshit. You cannot really do that. And again, guys, for our videos, remember they're mostly on like the complex border cases, like the drive-by stuff, the home invasions, assaulting police, death threats, extortion, the serious criminality. The guy that stole a car at 19, now he's 40. That's a different topic. I mean, uh, King Kong could put that waiver packet together. It doesn't take a rocket science to do that. So we're mostly talking about the complex stuff, the hard stuff, the trafficking, the sex crimes. The guy that stole a car, that's totally different animal. So what was I to say here? Yeah, regarding starting the next one, guys, right now, what's happening at the ARO, um, and it says right there on the screen, they're averaging 6 to 12 months to look at new decisions. So this is a tough one. I would say we need to start this next one. Let's say you got a 1 year one. We should start slowly preparing the next one. I would say at the 3 month mark. When I say slowly preparing, like letters of reference, rehabilitation, fingerprints, yada yada. And we likely will have the other documents go along with it. So if we can submit this thing at the 6 to 7 month mark, that would be a lot better for you guys to show the fact that there's no break in your time. So once it's submitted and it's pending and you still got your old one, then there's no break, whereas you cannot travel. If you listen to what a lot of these idiotic lawyers and discount waiver companies tell you, and some of them will say, or a lot of them will say, start the 6 month mark, guys, that's straight bullshit. Common sense should tell you that if they're taking 6 to 12 months to look at a waiver application, they meaning CBP, why the F would you start at 6 months knowing that fingerprints themselves could take 1 to 2 months to come back? And not to mention gathering all the other documents, getting your friends to write letters of reference, new ones, yada yada. You want to have a big travel gap in between. So, like I said, a lot of these lawyers and discount waiver companies are telling you we can start at 6 months. That's straight BS. Now, if you guys want a gap where you cannot travel, I mean, that's your choice, right? And you guys say, well, Ken, you just said it's 6 to 12 months. So if we submit it at 6 months, won't I still have a 6 month gap anyway? Not necessarily. It depends on your situation. It's case by case basis. And I've told you guys since the days of Moses walking the earth, it's case by case on each one of these waiver applications. If you don't believe me, ask a CBP officer and they will tell you everything is adjudicated on a case by case basis. I still have associates and friends at CBP, and some of them are at the ARO. And a lot of things, guys, we put out in this video, they're now putting online. Like case in point, we just did a video where they're saying now e-safe is 6 to 12 months. And the lawyers and discount waiver companies think it's faster. That's straight bullshit. So what we're going to do is put this video out today, and then maybe tomorrow we'll put out the one regarding the processing time on eSafe. And we've got documented proof that it's 6 to 12 months. So a lot of these lawyers and discount waiver companies give you guys fluff. We give you guys the facts based upon the regulations. And when you enforce these regulations and laws as a law enforcement officer or previously, you have a better understanding on how this stuff works as opposed to a discount waiver company or some lawyer who says, well, I think it's this. I said, well, you can think what you want, but we're dealing with people's lives here. I'm dealing with my clientele here. My clientele here, they demand, excellence. They demand success. And let's say this is the lawyer. I said, I don't give a flying flamingo what you say. I'm going to give them success and excellence. So you can park that stuff right there. And some of these guys meaning some of these people in this business, they say, well, I got a degree in this, degree in that. Well, you know what, guys? A degree has what? A thermometer has how many degrees on it? And this is a thermometer. How many degrees on this thermometer? And you know what this thermometer gets stuck. So that's about all these degrees are worth. You know what, like I said, you know where these thermometers go. So that's what it's worth, these degrees. Even though we have the academic background as well, but we also have the street experience from previously enforcing these laws and being a law enforcement officer. Now with me, the added function is I will just say how I grew up. And in that sense, we also have the street smart side with us. Oh my. So when you combine the street smarts, when you combine the academic aspect of it, and also the part regarding having enforced these laws, it's a no-brainer. And that's why we charge what we do. And I'll be the first one here to state, we probably have the highest fees in the industry, if not close to the highest. And that's because those three factors I just mentioned. Now, if some of you guys want to cheap out, that's fine. It's your choice. But when you get denied, blame yourself. Blame the person looking back in the mirror, especially if you guys have like the complex stuff. And what else we got here? So like I was telling you guys earlier, regarding the waivers, the 6 months to 5 years. So if you guys get like I don't know, 6 month waiver, even a 2 year waiver, it's not that big a deal. It's nothing you guys did yourself. The ARO, they have certain adjudication standards, which we use in these packets in conjunction. We include it in there based upon what they're looking for. So quite often we do get longer waivers. We cannot guarantee you'll get a 5 year waiver the first time, but we know the things that go in there that more than likely will give you a 5 year. But we tell everyone straight up whether we think you'll get a 5 or maybe even a 6. It just depends on the case. It depends on the situation. And if any lawyer, discount waiver company tells you they can get you a 5 year waiver the first time out for each case, that's straight bullshit. They can't. We can't even do that. And we are the masters of this. I need another sip here. Mineral water. Last but not least, there's certain things that they look for like I just said, regarding adjudicating these applications. We really don't want to put it here online because what we're finding out is these lawyers and discount waiver companies, they're coming to our channel trying to reverse engineer a lot of stuff so they can use to keep their lights on and keep people coming in. The problem that we're having right now is we have too much business. We have so many people coming in. We've had to try to find ways to cut back from it. So it's slowly turning around. But I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. It's kind of like, see, one quick second, guys. Hi, can I help you? Yeah. Hey, yes. Okay, can you refresh my memory just quickly about what your situation was? Oh, that's right. Yeah, right. That's why you had the visa waiver. So yeah, so what's going to happen is in your situation, because you're not Canadian, right? You're not Canadian citizen. Okay, so we really cannot do anything for you. Your situation has to all be handled at the U.S. consulate regarding. Yeah, because what happens is they're going to the way the regulations state is if you're not a Canadian citizen that and you're applying for U.S. visitor visa, you have to mostly deal with the consulate. That's what's in the manuals. So then once the consulate decides to get to your case and they look at it, if you need a waiver, they take care of that themselves. No one else can handle it. It's all up to the U.S. consulate. That's your only option. That okay? Section 217 means that they pulled you out of the visa waiver program. The only thing we can do is, yeah, I mean, you can do your own visitor visa application. Obviously, we can find out what happened, why they did this, and get the inside material if that works for you. And then when you do your visa, then you can just use that yourself when you complete it. That we can do. Well, if we're just going to research this and get the material in, you're looking at 800 for us to pull that in, and then once that comes in, we'll give it to you, and then you can just use it however you see fit, like when you apply for your visa application. So, oh no, you're doing your own visa application. You do the actual visa application. You do it yourself online. Yeah, you do your own. It'll be cheaper to actually save you money if you do your own visa application. We can do it, but it'll be a lot cheaper if you can do it. So, one of the things we like to do is, oh, sorry, we can. The fee will be higher though. I mean, that's why I was trying to save you a bit of money. We can do it. The thing is, those things take forever to do. So the fees we charge are kind of high for that. So it won't be really hard for you to do. We can do it, but you're looking at 3K if we do it. Oh, so you're gonna need it. How old is your son? Okay, so you're gonna yeah, so but that would be 3K a person though. No, 3,000 one per person. Per yeah, each person. Well, nothing 100% guarantee. I think the best thing is we should probably just see what's in the computer on you at the American government. We can get that material, it's not a big thing. And then based upon that, maybe we can just go forward after that because it won't make sense during a visa application now when you don't know what's in the computer on you. Everything, everything. We Yeah, we get everything. Basically, what we do is because I was a former federal officer and former law enforcement officer, we basically prepare these. these applications based upon the same techniques the American government uses when they do their investigations. We do the same techniques just in reverse. So we do for the benefit of the person. So obviously the best thing is to see what they have before you even start applying, because, logically speaking, if you don't, and then this, this documentation is submitted, if there's a conflict in the computer, they're going to scratch their head. So let's see what they have first. But we still have to do the due diligence anyway, even if you find what you have, because there's stuff that they have that they don't give you. Yes. Why don't we do this? Why don't we just get all the information for both of you, and we'll charge for that. We'll charge 800 for you and the husband to get all the information, and then let's kind of decide from there which the best way to go. That way, it saves you some money and saves us some time as well. Sure. Okay, and the Surrey office is right over here by Dr. Chima. Okay, no problem. Okay. Well, guys, you guys just had an opportunity to see. This is what we get with we get this on an hourly, if not bi-hourly or basis, every 30 minutes. This is how busy we are. And not to go into this person's details, but I think in this person's situation, it's a lot better to see what the government has on them before they do any visas, waivers, yada yada. Just common sense 101. And guys, this is why you don't hire the discount waiver companies and a lot of these idiotic lawyers, because they're not going to know how to traverse the system like this. I know exactly how to fix that problem. Um, the fees she was so with, but it is what it is. So, but we can help her out, save her some money. She can do her own visa application, and that's fine with me. And we'll just do the research portion, the due diligence, and she's done. So, guys, I mean, that call was actually priceless. So it kind of ties in also to the topic of how long does a waiver last? Even though she's talking about a visa, but she also needs a waiver. So it tied into the 10-year mark I told you for the visitor visas. And she just happened to call yesterday. She called back. So, I mean, that's just unreal. Anyway, guys, I don't want to bore you too much. So Ken Scott, Senior U.S. Immigration Law Intelligence Analyst with Triple W, US Entry Waiver Services.com. And that's 888-908-3841 or 604-562-8140. And guys, I apologize if I'm looking all over the camera, well, all over the screen. I'm just looking at my beautiful reflection coming back. But I think the camera is actually up here, so I might look up here and look like I'm insane, look a bit mental, or I could just look like this. So, all right, guys, signing off. In the words of my Vulcan colleague, live long and prosper. Why you should be denied entry to that country. So, if you're denied entry to the United States for criminality, maybe, I had a bar fight, or maybe you were accused of, I don't know, it's okay. You didn't do it. This is what you want to do. You may need a U.S. entry waiver. You may, or you may not. If you do, you want to use sendittoken.com. Sendittoken.com. And once you use sendittoken.com, we can get you cleared to enter the United States. Does not matter what your conviction is, whether it's for or
nothing is impossible.
Why? Because we're there. You need us.
Sendittoken.com. I gotta tell you, folks, wait till Hulk Hogan comes out here. The roof is gonna come off the Bell Center here in Montreal. anticipation build. You can feel it. The legendary Hulk Hogan is a heartbeat away